Yo guys, Daggers here, back again with another vanilla profession guide. This time engineering from 1 to 300. This one I think might be the cheapest yet, maybe after tailoring, with around 1,600 gold cost. A little bit more complicated to skill up, as you need a lot of the things you make to then produce the recipes later on, but we'll go over that shortly. Let's get into the materials now. So guys, here you have the list of materials you're going to need to get from 1 to 300. Now with the engineering, there is quite a few recipes that are going to go green, and then it's kind of just about luck. So there's a chance that you might need to buy more, but hopefully this should be enough for you to get all the way up to 300 and maybe even have a bit left over. On the second page here, you can see there's also the ultimate gnomish army knife. That's going to cover all the tools you need to craft the engineering recipes. Okay, let's move on to the trainer next. So guys, as you can see here on my map in Orgrimmar where I'm circling this building, this is where we're going to train engineering with our boy Roxic. Okay, he's going to train you in engineering, and that's where you're going to learn all the recipes for today's guide. So guys, if you have trained engineering and you've got all the materials in your bags and you've got a bit of bag space, let's move on to the process. So guys, with engineering today, there's a few things to go over before we get into the recipes. Make sure you don't vendor anything during the process, as quite a few of the things you make, you are going to need to use later on. The numbers are a little bit confusing this time. Basically, don't ever craft above the amount or below the amount that is displayed, and try not to go under or over the level either. And then on top of that, when you are ready to craft, I would recommend having the trainer window open and positioning your character between Roxic and the anvil, because you're going to need to use the anvil during the engineering recipe. So guys, if you're in that position, you've got the trainer window open, let's get started with the recipes. Kicking things off, our first recipe is the rough blasting powder, 60 of those, handful of copper bolts, 30. You will need both these later, and you're going to make some rough copper bombs, between 25 and 30. Coarse blasting powder, 20 of those, and keep that too. Then onto the coarse dynamite, between 10 and 20 of these, depending how many. And then onto the clockwork box. With the clockwork box, you're going to make 13 of these, and then after you've crafted them, you are going to use each of them, and that is going to bring you up to the 125 skill. And then next we're going to craft the flying tiger goggles. That's going to give you 5 skill points, and then 30 of the heavy blasting powder. And then moving on, we've got the whirring bronze gizmos, 15 of those, bronze framework, 15, and between 9 and 15 of these explosive sheep you will also need later, and solid blasting powder, 60, will also need later. Just don't sell anything. Mithril tubes, we're going to make between 7 and 8 of those. Unstable trigger, 20 of those. Mithril casing, 39 of those, and high explosive bomb, 19 of those. Dense blasting powder, between 20 and 36 of those, depending what gets you up to 260 skill. Thorium widget, 25, and finally between 19 and 20 of the thorium tubes. And guys, that is it. All the way up to 300 skill in engineering. Engineering vanilla ticked off the list. That is everything I've got for you guys in this guide today. Sorry that it's a bit more confusing with the engineering. I hope that it helped anyway, and if there's any issues, please comment below and I will get it changed and update the video. Guys, as always, please subscribe and like the video. Thank you so much. I hope you're all having a wicked day today. This has been Daggers. Peace.